And I mean, this also is something that's very noticeable that a lot of choreographers turn to become directors or DOPs because of the skill set of, understanding what an entire production looks like when it comes down to whether it's on stage or whether in front of the camera.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
seems like you have a lot of talent within the family, man. You can probably run a production company too. You do the music and songwriting skills, whatever. Your husband's also a choreographer. Then you have a director as well. Is there a
Yeah,
producer?
lucky.
So
I'm just
okay, so you're
lucky.
looking for the producer. I was going to ask, is there a producer? You could probably look for a producer. There's an entire movie unit with y'all. And
Yeah.
talking about movie units, there have been some people from the industry who helped you promote this song. I did come across a lot of videos from influencers to, I think, quite a lot of people from the entertainment business, some big names. So, what was your most favorite part throughout these promotions?
The best part was everybody was sweet enough to do it happily, and I didn't really have to go and beg anybody to do it. I mean, I knew Mr. Shamak Dawar because he was my ex-boss. So I was able to, I mean, I asked him one day and he's like, yeah, of course, darling, I'll do it. And then we just did it one day. We shot the promo video and then, yeah, the rest was also happened.
And could you just tell us the kind of names that you had to promote your song?
You were stuck for a bit. Yeah.
Both of us were, both of us.
Okay, okay, okay.
Like we're in two different worlds at this point in time. Just like a mirror image sort of a feeling. But yeah, in terms of the people that you got on board to help you promote the song, some big names, could you mention a few for us? Or in fact, mention whoever you want. That was part of it.
Yeah, I guess you didn't hear me when I was talking earlier.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
influence.
that is the glitch. Okay, okay. So yeah, so it was not very difficult because all of them were very sweet enough to say yes when I asked them, and they said, yeah, of course we'll do it, and it just happened naturally. And like I knew Mr. Chamakdar because he was my ex-boss, and when I asked him, he said, yeah, of course I'll do it. And yeah, he just took out some of his time and did it for me. That was very sweet of him to do that whole uh, reaction video on my music video. And then we also did it with Dhanashri, who is also a mutual friend of ours. So yeah, we
I mean, the way
and that
you're saying it,
whole
like as if some Dhanashe's
conversation.
our mutual friend of you and Shama for sure. Not me. I don't know who this is.
So yeah, this is I mean, we know Dhanashri through Karthik and my husband, and they know her because dancers, right? They were in the same group before.
This is okay
So
for those
that's
of
how
you who
we
are
know.
watching and wondering who this Dhanashree is. There's an image popping up. This is Juzwendra Chahal. By better, I mean, from cricket fans, this is what she's better known as. But she's created a
Yeah,
base for herself as well as influencer and dance.
yes. She was an influencer like much before she got married, and she had
Yeah,
already like kind of made a name for herself, like you
right.
said. Yeah.
I've
So
done
yeah,
the
she was
plugging for
in
Dhanashree.
friends.
You can give us the next round of art.
So yeah, so that's how it happened, and the whole idea of doing like a whole conversation video was her. So she was sweet enough to do that and do a singing video with me. So yeah, she also sings. So it all kind of like fell in place.
Was this
That's
I
how it
think
happened.
I saw somebody else as well, another name from the industry promoting or singing the song with you. One of the two. Is that all?
Um,
I saw someone.
yeah, then there was Shannon, my coach and mentor. She also did one video.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, of course, I remember seeing. Okay, I think that the voice of Shannon also is so good. So I thought this also must be some star. Till I saw it was Shannon Donald, I think her name is.
Shannon Donald, yes.
Yeah. All right. So you got some. I wouldn't say big names in industry, but you got some really influential people to promote the song. You had the backup as well. But when the song released,
Yeah.
there's a lot of expectations. You release a song, like even if you put up a post on social media, people look for some validation or such. And it's not validation in its truest sense, but it's simply to understand how do people receive it, how are they receiving it. So, what was it for you like? The first sort of responses that you got.
So it was actually very overwhelming because this is the first time I'm doing something like this, putting out music of my own. And people who know me through my corporate life and my school and college friends and all of that, they had no idea that I'm doing this. So it was very new for everybody. So everyone was very, I mean, very warm and very what do you say? Everybody really liked the song. Whoever heard it, they all gave very positive feedback, and I was actually not expecting this kind of response, but I'm very happy that I did get it. And yeah,
So
it
what
was
was
actually very, very overwhelming overall.
so your WhatsApp groups are flooded with "You go, girl, you rock star chick." So all
On
these
the
must have
day
been
of the
very
release, yes, kind
fluently been
of.
floating on your WhatsApp.
Sorry.
So all these messages must have been, very voraciously been on your WhatsApp.
Yeah, on the day of the release, yes, I was kind of going crazy replying to people on WhatsApp and stuff because this was happening. And yeah, it was, I feel very blessed to have such a, so, like, I mean, people receiving it that way was, I did not expect it to go so well. So,
When people, I mean, of course, as an indie artist, you have a lot of friends and family that help you out and give you a lot of, positivity. But then, has there been a point where, apart from your close circle, your mentors, and everybody else, someone who you have no idea about, has someone of that sort of, someone of that can come and said anything that has made you really proud of the song that you did?
yeah, actually, I mean, there have been instances where there are complete strangers. They have DM'd me saying, you know what, I have been listening to your song and I really like it. And that, something like that really fills my heart with joy. And that is just very emotional, man. I mean, you do not expect, I mean, you expect your loved ones and your friends and family to come and tell you, ki, oh, yeah, nice, good job, good song, this, that. But then when a stranger comes and tells you this, something like that, that is genuine. That is like not just because they're your friends and family, they actually mean it.
I
And
mean,
somebody to
I completely understand that as to how it is, because even for us, when you're on air, I mean, before Bob's, even when you're on air, or even for you as a musician, for a fact that when you're starting off, you don't know these people, but then for them to just come by and just say anything positive to you, that in itself is like a huge amount of motivation to just go about and do it, even if
totally,
it's mundane, you would still do it on a regular day, on
yeah.
a regular basis, because of that motivation and encouragement that comes from the outside. So I completely get, but of course, it's a lot more when it comes to music and the kind of music that you put out. So it is definitely a huge amount of love that comes across.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's overwhelming. It's very overwhelming. It's very, it just makes you very emotional. You don't expect that kind of love to, for strangers to just come and tell you, and that is something else. I
Have
cannot
you had have
describe
you
that
had this
feeling.
sort of love, or what do you say? This sort of, I wouldn't say idolizing sort of thing, but this sort of for any sort of
Admiration.
admiration or fanaticism for any artist of your liking?
Oh, so many. So many.
And
It's
who would
hard
be
to
right up
list.
now? I mean, I'm sure it's hard to list out, but if you had to give us a name.
I mean, there's just so many artists. As a teenager, I used to come home and watch, like from school, I used to come home and watch Hannah Montana. So I was always a Miley Cyrus fan. And the way she has grown, and I mean, a lot of people judge her, but the way she has owned up to who she is, I really admire that. And yeah, and she for the past few years she experimented in her genres, and she played around. She just figured out what her sound was. So I really like that. I love Bruno Mars. Again, with him, he completely kind of switched genres, and he also kind of experimented in what he wants to put out. Earlier it was more
Hmm.
pop, and now it's very funk, hip
And
hop,
so,
and
yeah.
all that. Yeah. So yeah, I like these artists. There's so many bands that I like, but yeah, these are a few to name.
I mean, when you mentioned Bruno Mars is also similar to someone like that of Dua Lipa, which I mentioned to you about earlier. So I understand
Mm.
where this pathway or this direction for you is probably heading, in terms of not just as a musician, but also as a songwriter, and eventually becoming a bigger artist than most of the people you would be writing songs for. Have you ever thought about that happening to yourself?
Hopefully. Yeah, I want to write songs for people. Yeah, I mean, I really want to do it.
Now, I'll come to the artist you would like to write songs for, but to just understand Uljhe Dil, what does it mean?
Uljhe Dil literally translated means tangled hearts. So basically, the gist of the song is when you have ended a relationship and you still feel like your heart is lingering around there, around that person, and your hearts are like tangled into each other because it's so difficult to let go. Like even after having the relationship ended,
Was it was it
that is
was it inspired by a certain life experience? The song?
It is a kind of, but also, I mean, yes and no, both ways. So, yeah, the songs that I write are mostly based on my past experiences or whatever I am experiencing currently, or by what I have seen around with the people I'm around. So, yeah.
Just coming back to the songwriting part of it, like, they say it's easy to write these breakup and heartbreak songs. Was it the reason that Uljhe Dil happened?
It actually just happened very randomly. I was Yeah, I mean, I have not just written songs about breakup and love songs. I've also written songs about life, growing up, and stuff like that, which you will hear in the future. But
Oh,
yeah, Uljhe Dil, yeah, Uljhe Dil just happened very randomly. It was after, I mean, I came home from work one day. I was just playing with my keys, and this this melody kept coming to me, and I started writing to it, and that's how it happened.
could you give us a little glimpse of Uljhe Dil? Because it's ringing in my head. But I said,
So,
Chahte tumhari, and that's all I know. After that, I don't know anything. But of course, the tune is
that was
stuck in the
correct.
head.
Yeah. Okay. So चाहते तुम्हारी डुबा गई है मुझे आदतें तुम्हारी जो बाकी रह गई मुझ में दिल ये कह रहा तू इसमें बह जा यूं ये चाहे हरदम साथ तेरे रहना.
The echo in the background just amplifies that song so much well.
Really?
Man, to places that you just want to be everywhere the song's gonna go. So we're
Thank
looking
you.
forward to the future lineups coming from you. But before
So
that,
glad.
a few questions that we want to throw in terms of a rapid fire. We do have about,
Okay.
yeah, 6 minutes. Okay. Since you are from very close, I would say vicinity of the industry as well, let me ask you a quick rapid
Mhm.
fire round of just a few questions, starting with Bollywood music, rock music.
Oh my God. Right now, rock.
Bangalore weather, Bombay weather.
Bangalore, man.
Another one, J-Lo or Beyonce.
J-Lo.
Okay. Vada pav or nee dosa?
Vada pav, sorry.
Not to say sorry to me.
No,
Okay,
because you from Bangalore, that's why. Yeah,
okay. Bruno Mars or Dua Lipa?
Bruno Mars.
Okay, and in terms of your musicality, these questions are going to go into pop or rock?
Shit. I'm gonna say pop because I can add rock into that.
Whoa, such a rock chick. Okay,
Yeah.
your husband has a choreographer or as a motivator? What do you prefer?
As a choreographer or as a motivator.
Yeah, so what would you
I
prefer?
think I'll have him as a choreographer, then he can help me to choreograph my acts as well
And
when I
motivate you at the
perform.
same time.
Yeah.
See, I mean, this
So
girl
it
knows how
works
to.
both ways.
Probably we're just preparing for the bigger interviews in life.
No, not at all. I had no idea this kind of question would come up in the first place.
We're getting used to the Bombay industry questions, though. All right. One last question. Uljhe Dil forever on loop, or probably the next track that is in lineup is in the pipeline.
The next and many, many more. Why listen to
Okay.
just one when there's so many more?
My God, you just love promoting all the songs at whatever times that you get. But thanks, Bianca. It was a
Okay.
pleasure talking to you,
So nice talking to you, man.
and I only wish the best for you in terms of music and everything in life. May you have more
Thank
music
you so
videos, more listeners, more fans, and may you go on to grace many more stages.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Pleasure is ours. Bye.
Bye.
Love's Radio.